Hello, everybody. How are you? Helen here to talk to you guys about Clubhouse. We are going to continue the conversation regarding Clubhouse, which, if you don't know what that means, it is a brand new social media platform. Or when I say new, it was launched last year, but pretty much everybody's getting on the bandwagon now. Well, since January, and it's just growing and growing and growing. So I'm here to continue the conversation regarding Clubhouse. For those of you that missed my live video from 4 days ago around the traps, I started the conversation with Clubhouse. So I'm continuing the conversation today. So if you have any interest in learning more about Clubhouse, but more importantly, Clubhouse etiquette, stay with me here on this live video. I am broadcasting in a number of places to share the information out on my business page, in my free group. If you are in my free group, just make sure you need to click the StreamYard link for me to see who you are. I am also broadcasting straight into the coaching community, and I think I've even shared it to my personal page for those of you that have got interest, in learning more about it. I will give you a quick recap regarding what it's all about, but then I want to go rapid fire into what it actually means, how do you use it. Anybody in the entrepreneurial space, you want to listen to this conversation. Android users, I know you're not allowed on the platform yet. It's only for iPhone users. So if you are an Android user, you don't have the privilege of being on this new app yet, but it will be coming. So listening to the conversation, learning Clubhouse etiquette, how it works, how you can utilize it without getting lost in the weeds, and knowing how to use the platform once you get your foot in the door, it would be a really good thing for you guys to learn, okay? So I do recommend anybody in the entrepreneurial space, anybody that is trying to build a business online specifically, that you do check out this new platform. It is growing leaps and bounds as the days go by, and I do believe it is here to stay. And there are many advantages, but there's also some catches. So listen into this video to learn a little bit more about it. So it'll be fairly fast. Just take in what you can. You may need to listen to the replay of this video. But for those of you that I haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. I've normally got my hat, but the kids were playing with it. It's in another room, and I was in a rush to get on this live today. But essentially what I do is help home-based business owners and entrepreneurs, those people that are, building an income through the online world, leveraged income, direct sales, those kind of things. And you want to utilize social media to build your audience, engagement, attract people to you. That's what we talk about here. Okay, so anybody that is new, please let us know that you are new so we can give you an amazing welcome. We have the most amazing online crew community here. So, welcome if you're joining us for the very first time. It is a little bit of rapid fire because those of you in my coaching community, the online crew coaching community, we have a live Q&A Zoom call. You're live with me to ask me any questions about your specific business, anything about anything in just less than 45 minutes time. Those of you in the US and Canada, this one will probably be more suitable to you. I have another one tomorrow, which if you're in UK, Germany type time zones, then that one will probably be more suitable to you. It's at my nighttime in Australia, so it'll be your morning in the UK. All those details are in the coaching community group, so just go over there and check out those details. Anybody that wants to join us in the coaching community, the details are above. I also, before I go into this, I wanted to alert you to the fact that I have just gone into the video challenge group. Those of you that are already in that group, go and check out the video that I've just done in there like a half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago, explaining what's going on. My next video challenge is going to be 14 days. It starts on the 1st of March, and I am doing it for free. I've done them for a couple of years now for free. I said I wasn't going to do any more for free, but I've changed my mind. So the one, I'm not saying what I'm doing in the future, but the next one starting 1st of March is free. Just doing some rebranding in the group at the moment. You can request to join the group and answer the questions, but you won't be let in till next Monday, okay? But we start on the 14th of March. The 1st of March for 14 days, and anybody is able to do that. So if you're scared of live video, you enjoy the experience of the video challenges, you want to hone in on your skills regarding live video, join us in that video challenge. It's only 14 days. It's completely for free. I'm sharing you all my skills, expertise. I'll guide you with the content. I'm making it very easy for you. I'm guiding you all the step of the way for free. So more links and details about that later, but you can request to join the group. The group is just called Online Crew Video Challenge. Okay, that's so you can request to join, answer the questions, and you will be allowed in next Monday with all the details of what to do, etc. So just a few quick hellos before I get into the content. How is everybody today? What's happening in your part of the world? Is it freezing? Is it hot like it is in my part of the world? Let's just say quick hellos. We've got Cherie, we've got Christine, we've got Janet here, we've got Cherie again. Cherie's one of our life members. Hello, Grace from the UK. Good to see you on again. We've got Beth, we've got Susan. I am awesome. Thank you. We've got Yvette. I have 7 invites now, so if you need one, invite me. What you need to know about Clubhouse, if you don't know, 1, it is iPhone users only at this point in time. It will extend to Android after they've done their beta testing, but it is very exclusive and it's invitation only. So you need somebody already on the platform to invite you, and you need to be connected in each other's contacts. So your phone number and their phone number needs to be in each other's contacts for it to you even be able to invite anybody to the platform. So if somebody has a spare invite, you've got a spare invite and somebody wants to get on the platform, you need to exchange phone numbers with if you're not in the same country, with your country code. Make sure you get that right. If there is 1 digit wrong in that phone number, you won't be able to pick that person up. Okay, so it is still very exclusive, but there are lots of people around now with spare invites that can get you in. Coaching community members, we are helping each other get in. So watch the live video I did yesterday, the day before, sharing with each other who's got invites, who wants to get in, all the rest of it. We're helping each other get in on the platform. So just go to the Coaching Community Facebook group to get some help there if you're not on the platform. Anybody that appears like that, I am awesome. It means you're watching from my free group. So you just need to click the StreamYard link at the very bottom of the description for me to be able to see who you are. It's just a privacy thing because you're in my free group. You're not on my public business page. So I'm broadcasting in 3 different places at the moment. So you're watching from one of my groups, actually. Okay, missed the first one, but here now. So if you missed my first video regarding Clubhouse, just go down my news feed in wherever you're watching from and go and find that and watch that. Okay, this is an extension of that first video. So it's in my business page and it's in my free group. Okay, so go back and watch that one, but it doesn't mean you can't listen and learn from what I'm sharing with you today, because I'll just give you a little bit of a recap, but just mindful of time because I do have a Zoom call with my coaching community shortly. I have difficulty getting to the room I want to get to, especially if I'm running late. Okay, I can share that with you, how to find them. Hello, Linda. Great to see you here. I love the Clubhouse Leadership Training Room you're in a part of today. So many great tips. I can't tell you guys or stress enough how much you can learn for free. But we don't want to send you down a rabbit hole of learning and not doing. But I helped moderate a room just earlier today. So it started, 2 hours ago, and our topic was leadership. And there are just so many nuggets, especially when you have a handful of moderators all sharing their skills and experience. And so we shared a whole lot of nuggets regarding leadership completely for free. You can jump on these rooms and just learn. And if you can just take one little golden nugget away from that conversation and implement it in your team or who you work with or who you're collaborating with, or just you as a human being with your family and life and friends and colleagues, and that it's just so beneficial. And that was certainly our discussion on Clubhouse today. For those of you that are not aware, help me out with Eastern. Christine, is at 5 p.m. Eastern that was on. So it's my Wednesday morning, but every Tuesday afternoon, I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern, I am helping moderating with some fellow mentors of mine. We're doing a room every week, discussing something every week. So you can turn up and learn. You can do your dishes. You can be driving, well, safely. You can be doing other things because it's only a listening platform. It's only a talking platform. You're not seen, you're not visual. You can be in your jammies. You can have your hair messy. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's just a talking platform. So don't worry about what you look like, what you're doing around your house. Just jump on and listen in those moments that you have time. But as I said, there is a warning that I'm going to give to you, because you can end up down a massive rabbit hole of listening and learning and not getting any benefit from this platform. Okay. So thank you for your feedback there, Christine. Today was great on Clubhouse. I have 3 invites. So Beth has still got more invites. Hey, Laurie, how are you? It's minus 13 degrees in Minnesota, 22 wind chill. You need to come where I am, because it is boiling this week. Hey, Johnny, how are you? Good to see you on. Will you record this session? I am live, so it's automatically recorded, Jeanette. So I'm live on my business page. I'm live in my free group. I am live in the coaching community. So go back to any one of those places and you can watch the replay of this. It's already automatically there because I am live, okay? Yes, Clubhouse is an interesting platform, getting to know it. So today's video will help you. Just today, I got an invite from a friend. So I'm finally in after 3 weeks. Awesome. Some people are having trouble getting in. Glad you're here. If you are in our coaching community, we are helping each other get in. So make sure you go to the details in the group and we can help you sort of get in. Okay. So, hey, Ellie, how are you? Great to see you on Clubhouse today. And we've got Cheryl here as well. Good. Okay, so let me get into it, guys, so you've got a bit of an understanding. This is, I believe, turning social back into social media. Social media can be fake. Social media can be a platform where you feel like you need to be somebody that you're not. You need to be more successful than you already are. You need to have more results in your business than you already do. So Clubhouse, it all goes out the window. It doesn't matter how many followers you have on Clubhouse. You can still have amazing conversations and collaborate with amazing people and get into what they call rooms. Like, you create rooms of discussion and a group of people jump into that room and you all just talk. It's real time. You can't record it. It's not allowed to be unless it's for the permission. So I can't do a live demonstration with you, even if I wanted to, because I'm not allowed to do that, because that would be recording in some way. Okay, so it's all live. You have to jump in live to the discussion that you want to. But the amount of people you can get your face in front of, the amount of people that you can connect with, and what you can learn for free, content creation alone, for those of you that are entrepreneurs, trying to create content every day on social media, amazing. What I want to concentrate on more about in this video is Clubhouse etiquette. So how do you sort of handle yourself? How does it work? It's really important, guys, because you'll either get very quickly respected or disrespected by sort of how you show up on Clubhouse. So let me share that with you, okay? So also other things, so I'm just looking down at my notes because I'm just sharing all these things, them thoughts that are coming to me, and tidbits on how to use the platform. Is there's no ego, there's no selling, there's none of that. It's just networking, it's collaboration, it's people sharing really good value. Like, it's just different to everything else we see. Like, anything that's image based, even sometimes live video, people think they need to look a certain way or say a certain thing or be successful. It's none of that. Somebody can have very few followers on Clubhouse but say something amazing. Like, it's just voice. Nobody's judged by what they look like, what they're doing visually, all that kind of thing. It's just voice only, which is amazing. So what I want to warn you about regarding Clubhouse is the time. You can spend hours and hours listening to conversations in rooms in Clubhouse, and it's nice and it's valuable conversation, but did it really sort of move the needle forward for you and your business? You need to be really intentional with Clubhouse, and you need to, at some stage, move from being a listener to a contributor. If you just sit on Clubhouse and just listen and listen and listen and listen, you are not going to benefit from this platform. You want to, somewhere along the line, learn to ask questions, contribute, maybe even moderate at some stage, which will make more sense, in a moment. But you just don't want to sit there and listen. That is no different from you just learning, and you've been learning for a year or two, and your business is no further ahead of what it was, back in that time. You want to contribute to the conversation, so there's ways and means that you can do that, and I'll share some examples with you in this live, okay? So the first thing with being intentional with it is when you set up the platform and you set up your bio is so important. What do you want people to know about you? So when you join the platform, Clubhouse will take you through some options to load your picture up, and then you get this little box where you can put in information about what you want people to know that it is that you do. I can't tell you how important that bio is, because when you're in a room and you're listening, people are checking you out. While you're listening in a room, you can check on all the other faces of the people and their bio comes up. So you click on their face and their bio comes up. You can follow them. You can go to their Instagram. You can follow them right there and then, real time, while you're still listening to the room. It doesn't kick you out of the room if you go and play in the platform while you're listening. So when a speaker comes on and it's like, who's that? I'm not sure who that is. You can click on their face and their bio will come up. You'll get a little screed of what they're trying to tell you that they do for a living, and then you can click the follow button. So you can follow everybody that you're listening to in a room right there and then. Now, remember, there's no direct messaging from the platform itself. You either have to, the only two platforms that connect to it are Instagram and Twitter. So what people are doing is mainly connecting through direct messages through Instagram. So you can even go to that person's, because it's on their bio, you go to the bottom left-hand corner and it links to their Instagram if they've linked it. So you'd be silly not to. And you can click on their Instagram and send them a direct message straight from there. You can do all of that while you're live listening in a room. So here's a bit of etiquette for you regarding Clubhouse. You want to be connecting respectfully with a lot of people in the room. This is how you build your network. My last video when I was talking about this, your net worth is equal to your network. The more people that you are dealing with, the more customers that you have, the more people that are following you, the more people you are influencing, the more money that you will make, okay? So while you're in the room, follow people and they may follow you back. Okay, so that's really important. Actually look at who's in the room with you. Go and check people out. The people that are speaking, the moderators, go and follow all of them if they are in your space. If you are learning from those people, they are in your space. Click on each one of the moderators, and I'll explain this in a minute, the moderators, and if you want to, follow them. If there's somebody that's got more experience than you, more successful than you, that you can learn from, then go and follow that person on Clubhouse, and they may follow you back. This is an amazing opportunity for you to network with people that you've never, ever seen or even heard before, okay? So what you do when you set up Clubhouse is create your interests. So what are you interested in, and be really specific about that. Are you interested in entrepreneurialism? Are you interested in gardening? Are you interested in health and wellness products? Are you interested in jewelry? Are you interested in fashion? What is it that you are interested in? Choose wisely, because every time you go into the platform, what they call the hallway, the first screen that you see will pick up rooms on those particular topics. So it's going to be, this is where it can get very distracting. I can go into the hallway of my Clubhouse. I'll do it right now. Go into the app. So if you don't know, it is an app-based platform. So you've got to download the app. Okay. And this is what is called my hallway. So as soon as I come here at the top, it tells me what topics are coming up next. And these ones are live right now. Right now. I can jump in that. And so the one at the top there, the marketing and sales show, how to sell more stuff. That's a room that is currently happening right now. If it wasn't offensive to record while you're live in a room, I would click on that and show you sort of how it works, but I'm not allowed to, okay? There's all these other rooms that are happening, right now, depending on what interests I chose when I initially went on the platform, okay? So you can jump into a room. Now, what happens when you jump in a room? There are moderators, there are people that follow the speakers, and there are others. The room is divided into 3 sections. So your moderators are the one that are leading the room, and there'll be a lead moderator more than likely. If you jump into a room, you've got to listen to the moderator and what they're saying and what their rules of the room are. The moderator will set the rules, and the rules may change depending on the room that you are in. People will run it differently. If you jump into a really large room and there's hundreds of people on it, you may not be allowed to even ask questions, because it's like there's 20 moderators and they're just giving value and giving value. Most rooms when you look at the bottom of the screen, when you get in there, will have a picture of a hand. And you can click on that and raise your hand to ask a question. Because remember, you can't talk, you can't message, you can't communicate other than speaking. When you press the picture of the hand and you raise your hand, the moderators can see it. They click on your profile and they have some options on a screen that comes up that says, bring them into the stage. Now, the stage is the top part of the room with the moderators. If you want to know who a moderator is, they've got a little green star underneath their name. And that is what they call the stage. So the moderator is at the top leading the room. Very unusual in a room in Clubhouse that there would only ever be one moderator. If you want to moderate a room, I wouldn't recommend you're the only moderator. What if your internet drops out? What if somebody needs to talk to you? What if there's no one that can take over? So usually there's a number of moderators of a room. Who can you collaborate with in the future? Who do you work with that you could create a room and start testing this out? You can do private rooms. So you could play around with this with a group of people and just moderate a room amongst yourselves and do it privately, okay? Or you can schedule rooms in advance. So here's the etiquette side of it. When you join a room, let's say I joined one of these rooms that is already speaking. So I join a room. What I would highly encourage you to do when you're ready, stop listening and ask a really cool, valid question. So what would do you great favors in this platform is look at the heading, the title of the room that you are entering, and think in advance a great intelligent question to ask. When the moderator calls, so now we're calling for questions. If you would like to ask a question of the room, raise your hand. At the bottom of the screen, you click the picture of the hand and you raise your hand. The moderator will bring you into the stage. When you come into the stage, you're automatically unmuted. So please remember, when they say that, okay, Helen, I can see that you've raised your hand to ask you a question. I'm going to bring you to the stage. So I'm just trying to give you a bit of lingo as well, guys, so you understand sort of how this all works. And I'm going to bring you into the stage. When you go into that stage, you are automatically unmuted. So please, when you get that privilege, mute yourself straight away until you are asked to speak. So then, so instead of or they might say, okay, Helen, I'm bringing you up to the stage. Feel free to ask your question. And then you might be able to talk straight away. But if the moderator's still talking and, saying something while they're bringing you in, make sure you mute yourself. The moderator, if you don't, because people don't know this is a thing. They don't know they need to mute yourself because you're automatically muted when you're underneath the stage. So when you're listening in just as somebody who is following the speakers, that's the next bit, or the bit at the bottom that says others. So it means you're not following any of the speakers. You're just a random member of the public that popped in. That they can actually mute you if you don't know that you don't need to. Okay, so but really important to mute yourself. The person speaking, if let's say there's 20 moderators in a room, like it's a whole group of, and this is what happening, people are collaborating massively. So there could be, I was on one this morning that had minimum 20 moderators, but they were all amazing multiple $1-million earners in the online space. So they were all sharing sort of like heaps of wisdom and like, who the hell's talking? I'm lost here. The person that is speaking, the little green moderator button would go away and there's a little circle around their head that keeps flashing on and off. That's how you can look for who's actually speaking at the time and who they are. Then again, you can click on the picture of the face, go and look at their bio. If you like what you see, follow them. Follow every one of the moderators. If you're in a room and somebody's saying awesome stuff that you know you could learn from, follow those people. Okay, this is how you're going to build connections. Then go to their Instagram, and if you want to connect with them personally, send them a direct message. But once you get on that stage, it is not your job to over speak the moderators. You've got to have respect on this platform for who's running the room and the moderators. So if you're there to ask a question, just ask your question respectfully and then shut up. There are people that get the privilege of being on stage and then they start giving advice. when they're not known to anybody. You look at their profile, they've got 5 people following them. Not that you want to judge, but then they start going on this bandwagon for 5 or 10 minutes about themselves and what that is not what you want to do on Clubhouse. You want to respect the people that are moderating the room, and you want to ask a really cool question. So you can spend a lot of time on Clubhouse listening and learning. So that's great to start with. Find your feet, learn what it all means. Little things like you can't comment, say that's an awesome comment. You can't do any of that, and often you're muted. But the clapping the hand, when you're in the moderator section, if you very quickly on and off turn your mute button, that's called clapping. And that's your way of saying, yeah, great comment, love your comment. So if you're ever in the moderator section and you're muted, if you want to, what they call clap your hands, you put your finger on and off the mute button really, really fast. And that's your way of saying, yes, I agree, great comment. Okay. Now, when you're in a room, you might think, this is awesome discussion. I want to invite my friends into this room. At the bottom of the screen, there's a cross. Okay. That is to ping people into the room. Are you following along with me, guys? I know I'm rapid firing you, but you can watch the replay of this video. But the little cross at the bottom means you can ping people into the room. So while the room is live, you can invite your friends by clicking on that cross button, and everybody that you're connected with, you're following and they're following you, will pull out and you can ping them into the room, which is like an invitation into the room. So that's how you can invite your friends into a discussion, is by what they call pinging them into a room by, again, while you're in the room, clicking that plus button, and that's how you can invite your friends into the room and part of the discussion. So just to recap that bit, you want to think carefully about a question to ask. So when the moderator calls for questions, don't raise your hand too early. If it's been like 5 minutes into the conversation and you're already raising your hand, it's kind of like the eager beaver. How about we let the moderators set the scene first and the rules of the room and when they are or aren't going to ask questions. So just listen and be respectful of the moderators before you put up your hand, because it's quite distracting for the moderators when they're not even 5 minutes into the room if somebody's already raising their hand. So just, sit back and listen and learn. And again, when you get that voice and you are put up on stage to speak, you speak when spoken to, like from the moderator, like, go for it, Helen, what's your question? And then you ask your question and don't go on for ages and ages because it just bores people. And then, the moderators will answer that question for you. And then when you're finished, you say, thank you very much. And the moderator will put you back in the guts of the room. So there's the stage where the moderators are, and then there's the bit underneath where they've got people following the speakers, those faces, or just a random member of the public. They're separated in different sections. Are you following along so far? Okay. So Beth, you're already muted unless you're invited to the stage. So when you get into a room, you're not heard. There is no mute button. There's no speaker button. You are just listening. You only use the mute button when you raise your hand to ask a question and you get invited to the stage, which is where the moderators are. The moderators are the one with the little green star, and I have no idea what the reason. I'm sure there's a reason behind it, but it's called a green bean. So the little green star next to the moderator's face, and there'll probably be lots of them. That means they're a moderator. They've got control of the room. They can end the room. They can bring you up into the stage to ask a question, but you're automatically muted when you go into a room. So that is not something that you need to worry about. It's only when you get brought up into the stage to ask you a question that you need to worry about muting. Does that make sense, Beth? I hope that clears that up. Okay. If you want to get more invites and get more people into Clubhouse, you need to use the platform. You need to ask questions. You need to collaborate. And when you're ready, you might even want to create a room of your own. There's 2 ways to create your own rooms. So you might want to collaborate with a group of people and test it out. And you could do a closed room just to test it out. So it's only to the people that you invite. So a good way to sort of test it out. how you do that really easily, but I actually did this accidentally a couple of nights ago and didn't realize that I'd actually created a room and I was live. And I'm not kidding you guys, within 5 seconds, 6 people had jumped into my room and I'm like, crap, I've actually started a room and I didn't mean to. I meant to schedule one in advance for next week, but I'd actually just opened up a room. So can you see here, I'm in the app and it says start a room. So when I click on that, I can do an open room, I can do a social room with a group of people, or I can do a closed room. So you could do a closed room with just a group of people and get used to the platform and how it works. If I press open right now, I'm literally starting like a room right now. Should we do it? Oh, I've got 15 minutes. What do you reckon? I've got no heading on it. Let's just throw caution to the wind. Let me do it. So I'm going to open a room. Let's see what happens. Hello, it is Helen here, and I've just opened a room in Clubhouse. I'm just doing a little training here live, showing what it looks like. And look, Christine has already jumped in. Who is on my live video on Facebook at the moment, listening to me doing a training on how to use Clubhouse? So Beth has just jumped into the room. So this is my own room. So I'm giving myself permission to sort of record. So can you see I'm speaking, and can you see that little brown circle flash on and off? That means that that I am talking, okay? Can you also see the little green thing? See, it's all happening now. Can you see the little green thing underneath my name? It means I am the moderator. Now, when you create a room, I can bring in other people, you know, as moderators. I can click on, I've just clicked on Christine's bio, okay? I'm already following Christine. She's already been in a room with me before. She's part of my coaching community. I'm already following her. Can you see the other options? I've got her bio there, which I can open up. I can start a closed room with her. I can look at her full profile. I can make her a moderator, or I can move her to the audience. So if I click on make a moderator, she's going to come in with me as a fellow speaker. I won't confuse you all. As a fellow, I've got all these messages now, I'm distracted. I can bring her in as a moderator and she can speak with me at on the stage at the top of the room, okay? You can also see these 3 people here. We've got Beth, Susan and Laurie. Thanks for jumping on, guys. It says followed by the speakers. So those people already follow me. But can you see we've got Christy, Cherie and Donna. I don't mean to confuse you guys that are listening live, but I'm just doing a live training on Facebook on how to use Clubhouse. So thank you for joining me. And can you see down the bottom there that we've got others in the room? So Christy, Cherie, and Donna. Okay, now the little party symbol, can you see the little party symbol? It means they're brand new to Clubhouse and they may not know the etiquette. So I'm going to go ahead and close this room. But before I do, see the bottom there. See, I'm speaking, so I can mute myself there. I can also click the plus button and invite all these people into my room. This is called pinging people into a room by clicking the plus button. If I'm a visitor, this is where you raise your hand and ask a question. Okay, you with me, guys? So at the moment, I'm just going to end the room. Thank you guys for joining me. Susan has just actually raised her hand. Oh, it's a shame my phone wasn't pointing the right way then, because a little alert came up and said Susan has a question to ask. Would you like to invite them into the room? And then I can click on it and make her a moderator and bring her into the stage, and then she can speak. Okay, so that's kind of a little bit how it works. So I'm going to go to all rooms now, click that. Oops, hang on. You can see when I do that, you can see that there's 6 people in my room, you know, at the moment, okay? But I'm going to click the 3 little dots on the side over here. There's another one. So Susan did it again. Susan Hagel has something to say, invite them to the room, okay? So thanks for sharing that, Susan. So I'm going to click the 3 dots here and I'm going to end the room, okay? But this is how quickly it can happen. You can start a room. So that was live, but I can actually schedule a room by going to the calendar up here and then going to the calendar up here in the top right-hand corner, and that's how I schedule a room. So I can have co-hosts, co-moderators, I can set the time, I can set the date, and I can have a description on what my room is going to be. Okay, so that's just a little bit about that. Now, what else do I have to share with you? Just keeping mindful of time there. Blah, blah, blah. Just bear with me for a sec. So what you want to do with that at the moment is listen and learn. Get into rooms that interest you. Follow the speakers. Go and look at the bios of the people that are talking in rooms. And if they are an interest of you and you think you can learn from them, then follow them on Clubhouse. If you want to also follow them on Instagram, just go down the page and go to their Instagram, look at their bio there and follow them on Instagram. And if you want to direct message them, direct message it, because that's the only way you can do it through Clubhouse, because there is no direct messaging through the platform itself. But when you do that, you are going to be introduced to a lot of new people that are teaching a lot of new things. This does have the potential to send you down a rabbit hole. You could start looking at new people, and now you're looking at 10 people when you're only looking at 2 and you are quite focused. So please, big warning, guys. This is an amazing opportunity to connect with new people, get new training for free, learn, build your profile, build your influence, build your network. The bigger your network, the bigger your net worth. It's just the way it works in this, in this kind of business world, entrepreneurial world. But you've got to be really intentional with your time, the people that you're following, the rooms that you're following, and the amount of time that you spend on it. My recommendation to you is what I've said before about if you're in the bathroom in the morning getting ready, maybe see if there's a room on that you can listen into, because you can do that. You don't have to speak. You can just listen to start with. But to really make use of this platform, you want to be up on that stage. You want to be asking questions. You don't just want to be sitting down the bottom. If you want to speed up your results on social media, grow more of a network, and really take good use of this platform, you want to be up on the stage, which means you want to be asking questions and having eyeballs on you and having everybody click on your profile and following you on Clubhouse. And then they might follow you on Instagram, and it just grows from there. This is an amazing opportunity for you to grow your network, but you have to speak up. It's amazing for introverts. Doesn't matter what you look like. You don't have to have an amazing following. You just have to have something to say. You just have to have something to ask. Does this make sense? Because I don't want you to go down that rabbit hole of I'm listening to all these rooms and now I've wasted 4 hours and I'm no better off and I haven't done all the things that I wanted to do. So you do need to be intentional, on the platform. You will pick up amazing book recommendations, all sorts of things that you will pick up. You'll pick up on amazing content creation ideas for your own social media, potentially. The beautiful thing about it is it's very much collaboration and not competition. So people that are in different companies doing different things that would normally compete for a following are all talking together and sharing valuable information, and everybody's in the same room doing that and not asking for anything. So you've got an amazing, opportunity to network with some amazing people and get amazing training and value from gurus that are normally untouchable. But please let me finish this off. Please have respect for the moderator. Don't over talk the moderator. Don't ask a question too early. Don't talk too long. If you are given the opportunity to come up on stage and ask a question, don't babble on about who you are or what your advice is. It's disrespectful to the moderators. Get on, ask your question, get off. Be seen. If you've got something valuable to share it. But remember, you don't want to tell and dictate. You just want to share, I think this room is amazing. I just wanted to share with you what I've learned already. I just wanted to thank you for the privilege of being in this room and learning from you all. It may just be something to share. The moderator will tell you what they want. If they are open for you to ask questions, they will tell you, and you have the opportunity to raise your hand and ask your questions. If it's too big a room and it's full of all moderators, you won't even see. They can turn the raised hand option off, because they just can't. Because once they say if you've got a question and there's 500 people in the room, it gets out of control. And it's really hard for the moderator to control that. So different rooms will have different rules. So just respect the rules of the room that you're in, because they are not the same with every room that you jump into. Does that make sense? But just be heard. Ask really cool questions. Remember the etiquette. If you're in the top part and you're allowed to be a moderator, and you think another moderator is saying amazing stuff, remember to click on and off your speaker button, because that's your way of clapping your hands and saying, I really love what you said there. Okay. Just give value though. Value bombs. Learn, give value, ask great questions, but don't overstep your boundaries to the moderators that are in the room. Okay. You could be seen and heard from influencers that go, wow, that was a pretty cool thing to say. I wonder who that is. And they could even start following you. It's an amazing opportunity to get rid of the numbers about who's following who and just share real life human being relationships, genuine, authentic people talking with each other. Social media, to a large part, misses that. It's all about, photos and images, and social media can be very fake. This platform is anything but. So yes, I do encourage you to use it. I encourage you to respect the rules of the platform, but I also encourage you not to get sent down a rabbit hole of spending hours and hours just listening to not much benefit of growing your business online. Does that make sense? So you got to find the right balance. So be really intentional with the rooms that you follow, be really intentional with your participation in a room, and be really intentional with your time on the platform, because you could end up spending hours and hours and hours absorbing yourself in content. Okay, I literally have 4 minutes before I have to jump on a live Q&A Zoom call with my coaching community. So I'll check out your comments after that call. Thank you for being here with me today live to learn a little bit more about this platform. All the gurus are saying this is huge. You should be on it. So jump on things when they're new, guys. I know it's something new, and for some of you it might be, oh, I don't have time for that, or I'm learning another platform. I get it. But this one is worth jumping on and just having a look around for starters. Okay, so I hope you found this information useful. I will see you same time tomorrow for my normal live video. Those of you in the coaching community, I will see you in 3 minutes on a live Q&A Zoom call. Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.